will get married today. I'm excited. There are 62 million people living in Britain today. Of those, over 7 million were born outside of the country. As the number of immigrants increases, so does the assortment of weddings.
I would say of my customers, 60% would be foreign.
Beautiful, amazing.
To come from different nations, come to this country and be able to achieve the marriage as a unit, that's the achievement, that's a great achievement for life.
In this film, we meet some of Britain's recent arrivals as they prepare for their most important of days. Empty.
Last night I had like 3 hours of sleeping.
It's easy to come, but it's hard to stay. What makes it hard to stay? Oh, the rent.
You cannot get something for free. You have to work.
Africans, we don't really forget our traditions because we feel like, look, if the tradition is not part of it, then there's no wedding.
It's home for me now.
You cannot imagine how happy am I to get married here.
Britain plays host to weddings for over 180 different nationalities, and supporting them is an army of businesses.
What we do photography, videography, wedding invitation cards.
I do hair, I do nails, I do beauty.
Spain, Tunisia, Ghana, you name it, they come here.
Biraz yaklaşalım.
Şu arada da
Bozmayalım. Yüzü biraz daha çevir bana.
Banqueting halls up and down the country cater for the multitude of cultures.
We have the Somalian community, the Congolese community, the Nigerian, Ghanaian, Turkish. We don't have British.
So how many weddings do you have each week or year?
Oh gosh, we're pretty much booked up for this year. All our weekends have been gone, and starting from October the 1st to end of December, we booked nearly 7 days a week. Everyone goes for a different type of style and theme, so you need to order all their colour schemes and all their centerpieces just on time for their wedding. And it's quite chaotic actually, because you need to get all the details right for each client, and it can get a bit stressful.
Year-old Fernanda left the home country of Brazil to start a new life in Britain. Today, she is preparing for her wedding in 5 weeks' time.
I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see it ready, you know. Oh my god, it's coming. And I want to see my beautiful tiara as well. Let me get here my beautiful tiara on my hair. It's more English style, I think, than Brazilian. I'm gonna try this one. I've never worn the hair like this before.
So how come you've adopted a slightly more English hairstyle, do you think?
Oh, because I think it's so beautiful, you know, and today we are part of England, you know, like a lot of things we adopted from England, and so I want my wedding to be Brazilian, but with English thoughts.
Fernanda moved to Britain 10 years ago with her partner, Clovis.
Charlie 13, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And there was a change on a destination. I'd like a new quotation for an extra drop at Liverpool Street Station and coming back to SE28, please. I've been in many places. London is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to say that for the Londoners who complain about London. Don't complain about London. London is a wonderful town, very organized, very good at all.
I know more about the world after I've been living in London than before, because here you get to see a lot of people from Europe, from South Africa, so from America, from everywhere. You see people from everywhere here. So beautiful. Oh my God, I cannot believe it.
I chose Britain because I want to learn English, I want to learn the culture, and the most important, the opportunities of work. I have no doubt at all that people choose this country because of the pound. They don't choose because of the weather.
As a wage earner with family, Clovis has set a firm limit on the wedding budget.
It's a princess dress, and I love it when I sew it, and so beautiful and delicate. It's not too much, you know. It's something that I wanted. I paid £154 for my dress. I bought it through the internet. I love the color of the sash, you know, and it's quite a long dress as well. And my shoes, I've got also my shoes, $14.99. My shoes.
I want to spend £1,000 for this wedding. It sounds ridiculous. She's understanding, but I have to keep telling her. Everything you want to do, ask him first.
So what got left off the list because of the budget?
If I had a lot more money, I could have bring my mom and my mother-in-law, at least, for the wedding.
Your mother's not coming to the wedding?
No, not my mom, because it's too expensive to fly, and I've just recently lost a brother in Brazil, so my mom is recovering of that, so she doesn't want to be away of my dad, and so yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's really sad, you know, because I couldn't be there when he died, you know. We miss a lot of things living away, you know, but it's okay. It's okay. Sorry.
At the start it was difficult to adjust myself because I have no relatives here, I wasn't know anyone here.
I was excited, you know, different buildings, yeah, beautiful, you know, roads, you know, motorways, you know, nice one, really perfect, yeah.
British people are a bit posh, innit? I think they're known for that all over the world, you know, to be a bit snobby, but that's just part of it, and you have to just blend in and maybe even become a little posh yourself, you know.
When I came to London, I didn't speak English almost at all. I didn't understand the people. Even I was scared to go in a shop.
For the first 6 months, if I'm not wrong, I didn't get out the house because I was scared of not getting lost with the buses, to be honest.
17-year-old student Marian moved over from Romania with his family 3 years ago.
She preferred being in England than in Romania?
Yes. You're lucky I'm not allowed to swear, because I'd say hell yes.
What is it you don't like about Romania?
What I don't like about Romania? Everything. If you don't have money, people don't care about you. You can be dying on the road. They would just turn their back to you and walk away. But England, yes, England is a really nice country where people, if you need help, will help you.
Marian is currently a member of the Army Cadets. In 2 years' time, he will receive his British passport and will be allowed to join the British Army.
I want to join the British Army because Britain welcomed me here. I do want to join the British Army, not the Romanian Army. And it's not all about money, because people will understand it the other way. Yeah, people will be like, okay, he wants to join the British Army because they pay more. No. I've been welcome in England anytime, so that's why I want to join the British Army.
So you'd be willing to lay down your life for the sake of...
Yes. Yeah.
When Marian's family left Romania 3 years ago, some of them split up looking for work elsewhere in Europe. Now 8 members of the family live together in Hertfordshire. This includes his older brother Kurtulin, who arrived a year ago and is getting married in 3 days' time.
In the house tonight, all my family, our families, the family of my wife. So this is my mother-in-law, yeah. This is my brother-in-law, my father-in-law. His name is Mircea, yeah. He said hello. Hello. Here is my mom, cooking, baking. Here we have Sandra. She can't speak proper English. My little boy.
The number of immigrant parents giving birth within Britain is increasing. 1 in 4 births are now from parents born outside of the country.
All this happened very quick, for me. Now, have family, child, house, pay, rent, work. Of course, it's like a shock, yeah? But it's a good one, I'm happy. I think it's a good shock for me,
Cassandra is also Romanian. The couple met whilst working in Spain.
I never dreamed to be here, to come here, to work here, to make, my life here. I never dreamed. It was the most biggest dream what I had in all my life. And the dream come true,
Why is it such a dream?
I don't know. I think because of the life of the people, the British people, they are quite different about European people, I hope make enough money to can buy a house here. This is the most important. At this moment, I want to buy a house.
What about Cassandra? What does she want?
De la Marea Britanie. Ea îmi scrie o casă.
Și o casă, sunt foarte bine aici.
The same, to have a happy family here in UK. It's the same, quite,
I came to Britain as I set a challenge to myself that I want to make it where no one in my family have ever made it.
I came to England really after I finished my study back home in Iran to see the Beatles, peace and love. That's the only thing.
Freedom of speech. In my house, I speak my mind, and they say to me, Mom, I said, listen, I come all the way to Britain to have a freedom of speech which I was denied of in Syria, in Damascus.
In Afghanistan, it's tough life. No work, too much problems for the people. People burn the schools, they destroy the buildings, they kill the people. I'm happy my brother's here. When I come here, my wife, my family, everyone is here, and I'm happy.
change while people choose to make Britain their new home. For 40-year-old Clovis, it was a dramatic change in his financial fortunes that prompted the move. Having run a successful chain of clothes shops in Brazil, an unexpected downturn in the market meant he lost everything.
10 years of work, hard work, and like in 2 years you're gone. All gone.
Clovis now works up to 60 hours a week as a minicab driver. To get to this position, he had to take a path familiar to many new arrivals.
When I first got here, and after my hard search, I found a job cleaning offices in early mornings and evenings. Then I went to work in a coffee shop, washing plates. Like 6 months later, I was delivering pizzas.
Cuidado no carro. Já pensa? Hã? Olha que você vai cair. Volta agora.
Making a new start in Britain did not come easy for Clovis or his partner Fernanda.
When we decided to come to England, it was because my cousin, she came with a friend to study here. So she said, oh, it's an amazing place, you're gonna love it, you should come. So we decided to come. I came, I said, oh my God, I cried for 6 months. Everything is different, you know, everything is completely different.
You cried for 6 months?
For 6 months. I couldn't speak with my mom and dad, that I cried, you know. Like, Mom, I want to go home, why I'm here, you know. Because I didn't speak English, I couldn't talk to anyone. So it was a nightmare for me.
When I was in Brazil, I had everything. I had my business, I had money, I had cars. And then I started dating Fernanda. She saw me losing my life. And she stayed by my side.
So when did things change? When did things get easier?
I met some other Brazilian people that were studying here, living here with a life. And then I said, oh, it's not so bad, you know. I can do that. I can manage. Then I said, okay, not gonna cry anymore. I will survive here. And that was when things start to change, you know, for me.
For the newcomers that decide to remain in Britain, weddings can be an important way to retain traditions that may otherwise be forgotten. North London has the highest concentration of Turkish immigrants in the country, with the wedding season peaking in October.
Do you find yourself going to many weddings?
Yes, there is actually 2-3 weddings every week. Well, I don't go to every one of them, but only my close friends I go to their wedding.
This week, Abdullah has come to the wedding of his cousin Hussein, who is marrying girlfriend Semra.
In Turkey, weddings usually take place in villages, and in villages there's no like orchestra, so what they use is the drum and the flute. We don't count it as wedding without the drum and the flute, so it's very important. It's a tradition, it's been thousands of years now, so this happens same in Turkey, everywhere where Turkish people live.
Romanian-born Curtin and Cassandra are about to marry at their local registry office.
Usually we're doing register and the wedding, all in the same day. Now it's got to be a little bit different because it's the wedding ceremony today, and then tomorrow is gonna be the church and all that.
Proof of ID and an address is all the paperwork needed to marry in Britain. But the bride is expected to understand the vows being taken. Cassandra arrived in Britain just 5 months ago and knows very little English, so by law she must have a translator. Marianne has volunteered.
Before you join together in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make today.
Just a second.
That's fine.
I cannot explain it.
So before they join together, I have to remind them of the solemn and binding character of the vows they're about to make today.
I just want to
Just one person, please. Just one person. Okay? And now I'm delighted to say you're now legally husband and wife. Congratulations.
I didn't know how to explain one of the words, so because of that one word, I wasn't able to say the whole phrase, you know what I mean? Because of one word.
Kirtlin and Cassandra will have a Romanian church blessing tomorrow.
Really nice hair, anyway. Yeah. Today it's about showcasing African wedding culture.
My drum I'll just say to you, welcome to African wedding.
We Africans, we don't really forget our traditions, and our traditions are the core part of our daily life, and wedding is a once in a lifetime event for we Africans, and we want to have it the best. That's why you see us in a traditional attire. You hear the music is traditional music, just to represent that this is what Africa is all about.
This wedding in London is for Abdi and Ifra, who are from Somaliland, East Africa.
Somaliland community is one of the oldest community who has come to UK. In the early 19th century, that's when the Somalilanders arrived in UK, and we have a strong relationship with the British, and we were part of the British Commonwealth. There's a lot of beautiful things in Somaliland culture. The history and the culture is so beautiful when it comes to songs and poetry. It's very important to hold on to your culture. At the same time, you also have to integrate.
While weddings play their part in maintaining cultural identity, not everyone is so enthusiastic about keeping with tradition.
Ishzali is the guy with the music.
If I do my wedding by myself, only me and my wife, I do like church, registration and finish. And it's a small party. But our families want to do this, you know, the tradition.
I don't like traditional Romanian music in my everyday life, yeah. I don't listen to it.
Kirtlin is already legally married at a registrar's, but today the Romanian wedding traditions begin.
He's gonna have to take care of the tree, yeah, just like the husband takes care of the wife. Yeah, someone will steal it, yeah, and they will ask for something to give it back.
So the tree represents the bride.
Right, yeah.
So you have to look after that all day?
All day, yeah.
All night.
All day, all night.
Rather than wait at the hour for his bride to arrive, the groom is expected to collect her from her house.
In Romania we have a tradition. We have to whip the horn, yeah, all the way to the bride's house. Everybody needs to know we are coming to take the bride, and we need to make noise, like, you know, so we are coming. They know from far away we are coming to take the bride.
But taking the bride isn't quite as easy as it sounds.
Somebody from family of the bride have to don't let me inside the house till I don't say what I'm looking for and if I have something to give them. And if you want, I give you money. Yeah? Nu sunt bani pe lumea asta să cumpere viața mea.
Da? Dar e dragoste, bănuiesc.
Este. I have to give something to the mother of the bride. I give her my promise, like I will take care of their daughter till the end of my life.
Nu-i-o dați, iubește prea mult și nu putem să...
Fiți dure, nu-i-o dați.
Haide! Zâmbește!
As the bride sets out for the church, tradition states that the guests should be fed from an oversized loaf of bread.
She threw one forward, one to the left, one to the right. No, hold on. She threw it in a cross sign, yeah? We're going to the church, yeah, for the ceremony. See you there.
Though happy to embrace Romanian traditions for his wedding day, Cătălin isn't precious about holding on to them forever.
The tradition changed from generation to generation. Our parents, they're old, yeah? So they keep the tradition like was in their times, yeah? Now tradition changed, so I don't think my child, I don't think he will do traditional wedding.
For the time being, Cătălin will be loyal to his country's wedding traditions. In some parts of Romania, it is customary to kidnap the bride and hold her to ransom. Despite being 5 months pregnant, this does not rule Cassandra out.
We need to go tell everyone, yeah, the bride's been stolen.
Once the ransom has been paid, the guilty party are expected to consume their prize.
It was the most beautiful day from my whole life there.
Having joined his family here just over a year ago, Cătălin now intends to remain settled in Britain.
From one small happy family, now we are a big happy family. So I think it's better for us to be here in the UK.
Do you think your son will get married in Britain?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll be there.
I am really
proud of it. Yeah, I'm saying this in my whole heart. Yeah, everything. My soul. Yeah, I'm saying this. I don't care. I'm really proud of it.
Will you get married in Britain?
Yes, to an English guy. Yes, I will. Probably.
You come here to achieve something, you know, you come here, you got skills, or you gain skills, and pursue something.
Much more opportunities. No matter how old you are, you got more opportunities.
What sort of opportunities?
I mean, here you can be 50, you can still go to university, for example.
I did have the opportunity to work. The best gift to humanity is to work with dignity.
I'm in the back of a market. I mean, I want to be on the high street. I got big vision. I want to be able to have branches all over the place, you know, and really make it.
I am the first Ghanaian who started mobile phone. In fact, the first mobile phone shop in the whole area of Hakini is this shop you are in now. You should have come to my other office. That's brilliant.
For decades, foreign nationals have been encouraged to come and work in Britain. Today, of the country's 30 million strong workforce, over 4 million are immigrants.
This job is very special for me. So much, really, I like it. Shooting. Shooting or shooting?
Shooting?
Yeah, shooting, yeah.
Nails?
Yeah, nails, yeah. Put together timber with plywood, you know, together, you know, it's number one. I like it. We have a lot of Polish workers here who are very good workers, and not just Polish, you know, but other nationalities as well.
29-year-old Robert moved here from Poland. After trying a number of jobs, he settled for the night shift at this packing factory near Heathrow.
There must be some jobs you didn't like.
Yes, of course. Sometimes it's difficult with people, because always when it's problem is in people, you know. Different characters, different nations. Some people doesn't like you because you are, you know, different nation, or maybe you are because speaking just a little bit English, you know, something like that.
Why did you want to come to the UK?
I need a change in my life. I need a job, I need a change, you know. Yeah, I was drinking a lot of. I was like alcoholic.
Having been alone since he moved to Britain 5 years ago, Robert has recently met someone.
It's very deep in my heart. I don't know how can I describe you about that. It's very difficult for me, but I'm telling you, I miss her now because she's now in Leeds. I love her so much, so much, and I am sure that she is a woman for my life.
Robert was introduced to fellow Paul and Netta through a friend at his local church 2 months ago. They will marry in 10 days' time.
Co czułaś, co myślałaś pierwszym razem, kiedy mnie zobaczyłaś, kiedy mnie spotkałaś?
Czy jesteś chrześcijaninem takim, jakiego ja szukałem?
And she said to me, she was looking for Christian men like me. My love to Christ is very big. And she was looking for that, you know, in men.
And she found it.
I czy znalazłaś?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
you had problems in Poland with drinking.
Aha. Mówi, jak przyjęłaś to, że miałem jakiś problem z alkoholem, z rzeczami w Polsce, jak byłem? Everyone had a problem in past time. Yeah. But it's very important where you are today and who are you today. That's the point.
Like many of the immigrants that come to Britain, Brazilians Clovis and Fernanda found support through their church.
Every week we go to mass.
We are really Catholic in Brazil, and it's really important for our people going to the church, you know.
Is religion, do you think, as important to people in Britain?
To be honest with you, I got quite shocked when I arrived in London, because people here doesn't believe in God as much as we do in my country. There are a lot of people who doesn't believe in God here, so
they don't see God as important as we do, because they get everything they want, so they don't think they don't need God.
Father Vanderlei has been holding services here in Portuguese for 2 years.
We, the Brazilians, we are very, very close to the music. We clap hands, we stand the arms, and we sing aloud, and English people is more quiet.
This church in East London was under threat of closure until it was revived by the growing Brazilian community. Clovis and Fernanda will have their service here 3 weeks from now. Factory worker Robert and his new fiancée Annetta have just a week before their wedding.
I asked her, how do you feel? She said, like a princess.
How do you think she looks?
Oh, she looks beautiful. Beautiful, amazing. This is amazing.
After becoming engaged 3 weeks ago, Robert has been desperately saving up for their wedding.
Yeah.
We give you a 10% discount on everything, so 250.
Don't worry, should be alright.
Yes.
I have to go on overtime. Overtimes. Make more overtimes. I pay with smile on my face. The best time in my life.
Was it quite expensive for you?
It is, but if you love someone, then you do for that person everything. Yeah?
That's true.
That is true. Thank you so much for help, yeah? Thank you, you're a very nice person.
Do widzenia.
Do widzenia. No to co, kochanie, no to co, jajku, ja cię bardzo kocham.
Seamstresses Natalia and Marianne were also born outside the UK.
I think they looked really good, don't you?
Yes, I think they are young, excited about
marriage, and knowing that they haven't seen each other for a long time, just the 2 months, is just, amazing. So I said, don't worry, it's a good time. I knew my husband 2 months on, and now we've been together for 25 years, so that makes them laugh.
Do you get many different nationalities here then?
We do get different nationalities. Europeans, mostly Europeans really.
Indian.
And Indian girls we had as well. So
South African.
As well, yes. Don't forget that. South Africa. Yes.
A couple's nationality is not recorded on a marriage certificate, so it's hard to know how many of the 240,000 weddings each year are immigrant. But the wedding industry can give us a clue.
40%, I would say, of my customers are British English, and 60% would be foreign.
I cater for everyone and anyone, any nationality, any color.
Purple is a very good color for Hindu community, whereas in the Muslim community they would prefer dark emerald green.
Mainly we have Nigerians, we have some from Kenya. They love a lot of bling, a lot of embroidery, a lot of sparkle.
We do a lot with the Middle East, Africa.
The Turkish community are out to impress, whereas the English bride is a bit more conservative.
Now this kind of a top would be preferred more by a Hindu or a Sikh community.
In different cultures, like mainly the Africans, they do tend to get married first before they have a family. The Eastern, definitely, they have to get married first. Whereas the British English couples tend to just be girlfriend, boyfriend. They don't put a value on marriage as much as the foreign people.
With Clovis and Fernanda's wedding in just 2 days' time, they are making their final preparations.
Christine, I'm free. I'm in open anyway at their own rate, so there's no problem.
Okay.
Gypsophilia, it's probably best to come out of cellophane, because that will sweat around the edge, and that will mark up, yeah?
Okay. Everything is here, everything is done. Now we have to pay for it. Painful for him, but for me, I'm so happy that my flowers are here and beautiful.
Minicab driver Clovis was trying to keep their entire wedding budget below £1,000.
How many hours driving?
Around 30 hours, 40 hours. Yeah, it's like 40 hours of work.
£490 each.
90? Yeah, that's right.
He was really nervous about it, and he was going to get upset because of the price and everything, but he was okay with that, and I'm really happy with that,
You don't expect that you're going to spend 500, and she said she spent 500 pounds in flowers. Are you mad?
And how about Fernanda? How do you think Fernanda feels?
Fernanda feels very happy. Every women feel very, very, very happy spending money in flowers. I think so, I guess.
With just a day to go before the wedding, Fernanda and Clovis have to prepare for up to 80 guests. But with no budget to hire caterers, they've opted to get baking.
I'm making the basis of the canapes. I will bake probably around 400 canapes.
Fernanda has sought help from a neighbor, Juliana, with the dessert. The sharing of sweets at Brazilian weddings is considered good luck.
We are here since 8 o'clock in the morning doing this. Another 2 nights without sleeping, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be finish everything on time.
Why have you chosen to be here?
She is the best of us to make sweets, but also because her kitchen is the biggest. So We've got space here.
Well, more space for 3 people to actually be
because
in and be able to.
You don't know, but in Brazil, the biggest room in the house is the kitchen. Because everybody likes to cook and talk, and normally we've got a big family.
So do you find British kitchens rather small?
Oh my God, it is so small.
Would you have preferred to have got a caterer in?
Not really. Of course, it's much work for us, but it makes it special because it's done by us. And everybody appreciates that, you know, like, oh my God, you made all by yourself. It's so nice and, you know, it's worth it, so.
I'm excited!
I'm very happy because, you know, I will get married today and I will have a wife and my family, you know, I will have a new, my own family, yeah? I'm amazing!
Unable to afford time off work, factory worker Robert has been continuing his night shift during the build-up to the wedding.
I sleep 4 hours and go again to work, you know, it's so busy, so hard. But I feel very good today.
Polish cooking? Of course, it is Polish
cuisine.
The service and reception is being held at the international church that Robert has attended since moving to Britain.
Father God, that is holy, that is righteous. You are there. Father, all the help that are here, Father, we just ask you to bless every hand in this place.
Thank you so much. Okay, this is my pastor Trev, yeah? He's my spiritual father as well, and my friend as well, and my brother in Christ. Any problem, I can call to him, I can tell him, and he always, you know, encourage me and pray for me, and will be good, should be alright. You know, it's, yeah?
That's friendship.
Yes, friendship, yes.
As a recovering alcoholic, Robert came to England to make a fresh start in life and made his intentions clear to Annetta.
I said to her, I don't want to play with anyone. I'm looking for wife. I'm looking for wife. My dream is to have a wife and a nice family, you know. I want to have a family.
Friends, we welcome you today as we come to share with Robert and Annetta this very special moment in their lives as they've come before the presence of God to be joined together as husband and wife.
Przyjaciele, witam Was wszystkich tutaj obecnych na ślubie Anetki i Roberta. All of us have problems and all of us have sort of certain mountains to overcome. And in Robert, it's just sort of beautiful things to see that he conquers certain things and he still believes that actually he can have a good life and he can have the best life and he can have the best wife and he finds such a beautiful wife.
Robert, if you take Annetta's ring,
Robert, weź obaczkę Anetki,
place it on the finger,
załóż jej na
and if you repeat after me,
powtórz za mną.
Annetta with this ring,
Aneta, tą obrączką,
Aneta, tą obrączką,
I pledge myself to you.
ja zobowiązuję się ku Tobie.
Ja zobowiązuję się ku Tobie.
In the name of the Father,
W imieniu Ojca,
w imieniu Ojca
and the Son,
Syna
i Syna
and the Holy Spirit.
i Ducha
i
Świętego.
Ducha Świętego.
Amen.
Amen.
contributed
to come from different nations, come to this country and be able to achieve the marriage as a unity. That's the achievement, that's a great achievement for life. So I would love to see them like the 99-year-old, 100 years old, still holding their hands, going, you know, on the dates together.
I love her so much, you know. Now I realize to myself that she's my wife.
What's your plan for the future?
So this is what what Lord give us will be. But I would like to have baby.
Before their wedding, Clovis and Fernanda are organizing the reception venue with a little help from their friends.
These guys here, they work already with decoration, party decoration. They are very, very good friends of ours. And they are giving us as a gift all the decoration for the party.
When he said we were married, I said, that's fine. Me and my wife said, let's help him with what we have, and then we're just here today to do his dream coming true.
This little while empty, I was dancing cha-cha-cha over there.
Okay, I only need a bit of space between tables because I have to move around. I'm going to give the gift for everybody. Just a little bit of room for me inside. Okay. We are going completely to transform this place. It's going to be beautiful. You wait and see.
Britain is one of the best places to live. Personally as a black man, personally as a foreigner. The society is just receptive.
In Britain, you have to respect the law of this country. And the law of this country, whatever it is that you live in it or you clear off of it. And this is what is, sometimes they are too soft.
If you ask me, this is my own opinion, we should be grateful to be allowed in the first place.
Britain has allowed too many immigrants in this country. Looking at this size and job opportunities here, so immigrants are too many, I think. You can feel it now.
All these laws they pass every year, there is that feeling, amongst the population, amongst some of us, that they're making it harder for us. Maybe they don't want us here. I don't know.
I need immigrants here. They need the foreigners to do the low-paid jobs. I think if every immigrant, every foreigner leave this country tomorrow, the country collapse. For sure.
Fernanda's wedding day has arrived.
Oh my God, my heart.
Neither family of the bride or groom could afford the flight over from Brazil.
This is my rosary. And look, I'm shaking, sorry. I'm going in the church with the rosary because for me it represents my mom, you know. It's like my mom is coming with me. She's here also, you know. It'd be really important for me to do that.
The church and reception venue was still being decorated into the early hours. Clovis has gone ahead early to complete the preparations.
Everything under control in the venue. Clovis said to me that everything is done, everything is perfect.
Passa aqui uma parada aqui que aí eu não abro. Você faz você forgot your book here, huh? Vou puxar. Isso daí, na hora que o book ajeitado, já toma uma abertura, eu tô certo. I have to get dressed. Tá, cara, comprei já, tem.
With her father absent, Fernanda will be walked down the aisle by her friend and neighbor, Felipe, who is also acting as her chauffeur.
Why did you choose black cab?
I think it represents London because we only can find black cabs in here. So it would make really special to get to the church in a black cab. So that's why I chose it.
Você já conhece parece? Não, já vi? Tiago, I need you for one more thing. Last night I had like 3 hours of sleeping. The night before I had like 4 hours of sleeping. So I'm pretty much tired. So we need some energy. Daniel, já estava no banheiro. Pode deixar lá. This is very important. Just wait now for the flower girl with the bouquet. She's late.
I've never dreamed of getting married in London. But when I was younger, I never actually thought that I was going to live abroad. Never ever in my life, you know. And here we are. And I'm getting married today. It's amazing how things turn out to be.
This is the final piece for our relationship, for our life together.
In the Pai, in the Filho, in the Espírito Santo.
I'm glad that we are doing this, you know, and I'm glad that we are doing this here because it means a lot to us, this church, these priests, the people that we know from here.
Eu, Clovis, te recebo Fernanda, por minha esposa,
Deus abençoe essas alianças e nos entregar para o outro esse sinal de amor e fidelidade.
Era para beijar a noiva. Pelo amor de Deus.
When it's raining a lot at a wedding in Brazil, it's because it's a blessing. Because we don't have a rainy weather over there. So when it's raining, it's a lot of bless. So I'm still being blessed, even in London.
cutting the tie is traditionally connected with funding the honeymoon.
With support from their friends, Clovis and Fernanda have managed to slightly overspend on their wedding budget of £1,000.
We had our budget and we've done much more than the money could pay.
All the effort of our friends doesn't have a price, you know. It's going to stick with us forever. This is not actually our wedding, it's all our friends' wedding as well, because they all help out. They all put some effort to do it, you know. So
it was something for everyone.
With the reception over and the thunderstorm dying down, the couple are finally able to pose for their wedding photos.
It's a very big step for a foreigner, having your own house, living by yourself with your family is a big thing here. I consider myself a winner.
We've been through so many things for the past few years, to live abroad, to have the girls here. It makes it even better, because it's like we're going to be attached forever now.
Still to come tonight on BBC HD, political debate with Newsnight next.